So I was a dancer for 20 years. We had a contract change in the show, and it was time to look for something else. I barely made it through high school, and I didn't go to college, so I enrolled in a 2-year RN program. I had no idea that I'd be able to juggle my family, my kids, a job. Sometimes I don't know how I did it, but I love working in the neonatal ICU. I get to be this incredible part of a family for a small amount of time. I get connected, and they feel like my babies and my family. I would say go for it. Just go try. You will find something new.
And this is Alan Hilliard here, and welcome to another fun weekend of football. The high school seasons have started for some schools, and others are waiting for spring, or they're waiting till later in the season. But we have a busy 8-man weekend going on. The Rough Riders have a break this weekend up there in Blair, Nebraska. The Blue Jackets host the Kentucky Curse, of course, after this pregame here. And Queen City will travel to West Plains and face the Midwest Defenders here. And we have some of the Midwest staff here, including some of the coaches and some of the players here. Can you tell us, about, the Defenders and things?
We'll start off, we're a first-year team based down there out of West Plains. We've got a good core group of guys that we're just trying to build around. The community's never really been exposed to semi-pro football, so you can imagine how recruiting and stuff like that would be hard, but halfway through the season, once the community's gotten behind us a little bit, we're starting to get a little bigger turnaround on our players. And, so when we show up on game day, it won't just be 13 or 14 guys. We'll have a full sideline to be able to compete. So, that's a little bit about us. Rick, you want to add a little bit to that?
Just got a bunch of local guys basically on our team that have gelled and got a good thing going at this point. Been a lot of work. Of course, the COVID has messed with us like it has with everybody. And, we had a big group to start with, and going from spring to summer, they kind of fell off. So we're getting back to good numbers now, and looking forward to continuing on.
All right. And something that, that's been spreading around with the communities and things like that is, flag football, especially the NFL flag football. And I understand that you guys have started, a program down there.
Yeah, we feel that, it's the least that we can do to give back. The community already has great programs already established, like the Mighty Mites and the high school program and the middle school programs. So the least that we can do as men that play this game and are looking for the support of the community, the least we can do is be able to give back. And with our platform, with the contacts that we have within the team, we just thought, what better way than to bring something down in the community like NFL flag. It gives the kids a chance to hone in on their skills without stepping on anybody else's toes. And, we're not taking away from anybody. It just gives those kids a chance to build, and it gives them more time on the field. They'll also have a good chance to compete for like qualifiers in NFL stadiums like Indianapolis, in other places like that, Cincinnati, places like that. So we're looking forward to it. Our guys are really looking forward to it. They're looking forward to coaching some teams, and we just hope we get the community support.
Something else you guys have done last weekend or weekend before, you guys had a youth camp there with the kids, I noticed.
Yeah, we like to do a lot of those. It's just one of those things with all the COVID going on. We know those kids have been in the house, not a lot of activities going on. So it's the least that we can do. We got a lot of people that are requesting the camps. So it's the least that we can do. They're USA-sponsored camps, USA football. So our players get out there. We have a good time with it. And at the same time, we're having a good time. We're teaching the kids skills. Shelby Barton, one of our captains, he's participated in them. Shelby, you got anything to say about those camps?
Well, it's really good to be able to get back to these kids, especially with everything going on. It's kind of been tough for a lot of these guys being stuck around the house. So anytime that we can get out and try to kind of keep the South very rhythm going with football. You know, we kind of got a good thing going on here. Got a lot of good high schools. So just keeping that fire burning and allowing these kids to get out, stretch their legs, and learn a little bit about football.
All right. And, you guys are, as I mentioned, at the beginning here, you guys are hosting Queen City this weekend. They're a solid team, and, kind of what are some things that, you've kind of adjusted to and some changes you may have made or maybe thinking of making to, maybe have a different outcome in this game?
Well, first of all, it's a lot about mindset. I mean, Queen City is a great team, man. They got a lot of great players. I mean, when you look at their roster, I mean, you see backgrounds, you see, what those guys have done. It's all about a body of work. And our guys, everybody on our roster, is fresh to 8-man football. So a lot of it, I think, is that experience. I mean, seriously, you saw it getting hit in the mouth that first time. I mean, we're ready for it the second time. We've also had a week to where we traveled, so guys know what it's like to travel, and they know what we can do when we're shorthanded. So we got a lot of guys that are going to show up, that are coming back to the team that were committed from before. And I mean, I expect this time around for it to be a more competitive football game. Again, like I said, Queen City's a great team. They got a great organization. Their players have played 8-man football for a long time, a lot of those guys. But we expect it to be a great game tomorrow. We're going to be at home. So, like I said, we expect them to bring it to them tomorrow, not them bring it to us. So, yep.
All right. And, you guys, first year program, you guys are showing improvement every week out there. Kind of what's the goal, say maybe next year to work towards, improvement? Like, I know you guys have, some facilities that due to COVID, you just weren't able to use this year.
Yeah, well, first of all, speaking of facilities, we really hope that, the restraints are lifted to where next year we can, go back to the facilities that we had. But if not, Carmichael's a really great facility. We'll just have to get together as an organization and make the adjustments that we need to make, to be able to accommodate an arena football field. And I mean, not just to accommodate ourselves, there are kids also that play on that field. So not only will we be able to take a little bit more pride in where we play, but the kids will be able to take a little bit more pride in that. So yeah.
All right. And what's something like, say, a graduating high school senior this year, if they want to play, not next spring, but say the fall after that or something like that, what's the way, or even someone that, has played football before, what's the way they can get a hold of you guys about, participating with the team in the future?
I'll let one of the players answer that. Lance, are you on? I believe you jumped on.
You want me to take it, Daryl?
Yeah, go ahead. Take it, Rick.
Yeah, we're having tryouts. We've already got our schedule set for tryouts for anybody that wants to try out. We got posters up at MSU West Plains and around the city, and we're gonna have tryouts to continue building what we've already started and get depth and get experience, and that's to shooting for spring, be able to be more competitive next spring.
All right. And what's something that you'd like to say to, the people West Plains, about getting them out to some of these games that, are drawing good crowds already?
I'll speak on that one. I just want to say,
Good.
with all the sports and stuff, not being able to have sports, and I see it all the time on social media where people are complaining about not knowing if there's going to be NFL football or college football or college sports. We got some guys out there that are local guys that you guys have cheered on before that have been grinding since August. They work just as hard as somebody else that's playing college sports or NFL sports. The only difference is their pockets. So come on out, check out a game. It's a different type of football. It's a different atmosphere. I promise you guys, if you come out and check out a game, you'll like it. You'll come back to 2 or 3 more. So just come out and support us. We're out there at Carmichael Field tomorrow at 7 p.m. So come out and see you guys.
All right. And we also have, looks like, is it Landry Randolph that joined us here? And we got of course, Shelby Barton on there.
Yeah, 2 of our team captains.
So to you guys, just kind of, how do you motivate the players while you're out there? Because, at times, it's kind of, football's a game where you forget, you got to learn to forget quickly and move on to the next play. Yeah,
especially for a lot of these guys that just don't necessarily have the experience. The big thing is kind of just this 8-man thing's new to all of us. I mean, in this area, there's never been anything like this tried before. So there's been a learning curve already. But with some of the guys we're bringing in, they're new to football. They've been in sports before, but they just haven't had to deal with the extremely high highs and the extremely low lows. So kind of gaining that experience, like the trip last week we made to Nebraska was a big one. I think we showed a lot of character. We traveled up there with 14 guys and had some injuries. So, guys had to be put in some uncomfortable positions. But, for how shorthanded we are, I think a lot of these guys are starting to get a hold of it. And it's just continuing to lift everybody up.
And Landry, would you like to add anything?
The biggest thing is like the guys that we brought in that haven't played is they've been real coachable and have been able to fill roles that they haven't ever had experience in and have really molded to the players that we've needed. And last week even with us being shorthanded, they all competed real hard, and I mean it showed. We made a late push late in the game, and as long as we keep being competitive, they'll keep getting better and better.
All right. And what would you like to add to those kids, that they're, what would you like to tell those kids that their football season right now is, on pause, or, they may have been told that you're not playing till the spring if you're going to play, to kind of keep them motivated, in football?
I mean, football is one of those games. I mean, you've always got to be ready. So, I mean, regardless of what's going to happen, you've got to be mentally and physically prepared for all of it. So especially with all this stuff that's going on with this current pandemic, I mean, nothing's set in stone. So, whether we have a season, we don't have a season, or you're getting pushed off, it's just, prepare for the best outcome possible, because other than that, I mean, there's really nothing that's just given. So, the thing that really concerns me about this entire thing is some of these seniors or so that we're hoping to get a chance to play college ball or something like that. It's, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for kids, but you just got to put your head down and keep going.
All right. And thanks a lot. And we will see you all actually on September 5th is when I will see you all again up there in St. Louis when you guys play the Blue Jackets from Rams Park up there. So
yes, sir.
I'm hoping the weather is a little more calm at that time because it's been a little toasty lately. But, all right, so we will see you all later, and thanks a lot.
All right, thanks, Alan.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Liza Koshy, and today I'm going to tell you a little story about my anxiety. So I turned 20. I had been moved out to LA. I was doing different stuff out here and having fun and just being myself until anxiety hit me like a brick. Mine specifically is social anxiety, which is ironic for the job that I have as a social influencer. Talking to a camera was something that always made me feel comfortable. Talking to a camera right now is much better than me talking to a person because I'm a socially anxious person. So dealing with my anxiety was hard, and I'm still dealing with it, but it's not something that can't be dealt with. I have a friend who opened up to me about his OCD, and it was something that was very tough for him to open up about because he had never opened up to anybody about it before. And I completely related to that because I had been holding in my feelings about my anxiety for an entire year. It just started this free flow of conversation between both of us about my anxiety, about his OCD, about these two things that we didn't know about each other. We thought we knew each other so well, but it wasn't until we opened up about our mental health that we really, really connected even more. Now we actually have a code name. Whenever I'm feeling anxious or whenever he's having, his thoughts, it's called Tiffany. But it's just like, hey, Tiffany's here. She's freaking here, man. It feels good to be able to label something and put it away in your brain rather than let it become your entire brain in itself. Everybody has some sort of mental health to take care of. It is a part of your health. It's something that you live with, and that's something that you learn to deal with by opening up to people about it. It allowed me to understand myself more as a person, allowed me to accept that it's a part of me rather than pushing it off and saying, no, this isn't me, this isn't me. It's a part of me and it's something that I'll always live with and deal with, but it doesn't define me.
And this is Alan Hilliard. I am back, and we are with Marcel Pfeiffer from the Riverhawks. And so kind of tell us about your football background a little bit.
Man, I started playing football at the age 8 years old. You know, I was dedicated to the sport. Went through high school. I played 4-year starter down here in East St. Louis, Illinois. Got a full ride to Western Illinois. I started corner in 2005 at Western Illinois, which is in Macomb, Illinois. After that, I had one trial for the St. Louis Rams, which was down here in St. Louis at the time. You know, they said I was a little bit too small, but I clocked a 4.3, 640 at that time. But at that time I was like 165. You know, so I pursued. I did the Army for 5 years to try to get bulked up. After that, I just felt like I tried to semi-pro 11-man, and I got into the 8-man game.
And the 8-man game, obviously, there's some key differences in the 8-man and 11-man. Kind of how did you adapt to that?
Basically just practice and more repetition out there on the field. The 8-man is around 60 yards. You know, the 11-man is a whole 100 yards. You know, it's shorter, probably 50 yards from sideline to sideline. It make the game faster, man. It's 8 on 8 instead of 11 on 11. Make the game faster. You got to have a nice awareness skills, you know, to be productive in this 8-man league. It's just like the Arena Football League.
All right, and kind of what brought you to the Riverhawks up there with, you know, multiple teams are in the area. You could have probably went to several different teams.
Well, actually, I started off back about 7 years ago. Well, in 2013, 7 years ago with the Capital City Outlaws up in Springfield. I won my first championship there. I've been playing this 8-man for 7 years now. I got two championships, made it to the big game 4 times. I lost 2 and won 2. I played for a couple different teams, and 2 years ago I had tore my Achilles in 2018. So I wanted to give it another shot. And Coach Mel for the Riverhawks, he talked to me and trying to give it another year. I had a productive season in 2018. 2019, and I've been with them. This is my second year with them right now. So I tried a new team out as playing them as their opponent. I see they was disciplined. They had a nice quarterback. They had a nice all-around team. They were just missing one part. You know, that was a slot receiver or a DB. And I've been playing. This is my second year with them, and I fit right in with them Iowa guys.
All right, and looking at, you know, Peoria is 7-0. Looks like you guys are 5-2, and the last game was a shootout within a touchdown. You know, how have you prepared, or you know, what's something you've done to maybe give you guys a upper hand advantage to that?
I mean, film study. You know, we watch their films. You know, they don't change anything. You know, so we practice. You know, coaches make sure the guys in the right position. We tweaked our plays a little bit to make sure, you know, that we in the right position on offense. No, we just gotta play discipline. I mean, the first game we played them, I think it was like 64-58. You know, in that game, the last team with the ball was gonna win that game. You know, we had we threw a crucial pick with like 2 minutes left in the game. And you know, when you play a good team, you can't have no turnovers in big games and big situations, man. The Punishes, they came out and they did what they had to do. They scored on that last drive. You know, they're a good team, man. They fast, hard hitting. You know, they 7-0 for a reason. You know, they didn't make no mistakes in the big game. That's how they came up on top.
All right, and what's something, you know, a lot of people say that, you know, football, like the 8-man's different in, you know, Illinois compared to other places, and I things like that. What are some of the, differences that you've seen compared to playing the teams in Missouri, Nebraska, and things like that?
Well, Illinois, man, Illinois is a football state for real. We just small. We ain't all year round in Texas, but we got some nice ball players in Illinois. I went to high school. We was 6A. We got 7 state championships. I coached the Little League Junior Fly. I took my Junior Fly team to the national championship last year in Miami, Florida, in Merriman, Florida. And we placed 3rd in the nation over all the teams in the world. We beat some Texas teams, some Florida teams, and I feel like that we got the right chemistry down here. We got the right guys, kids. We just don't play all year round like the other team. But Illinois is for sure a football and basketball state.
All right, and what would you like to say to the fans to get them to come out or to watch the game?
Hey, this ain't the game you want to miss. It's 7-0 Peoria Punishers, the 5-2 Muscatine Riverhawks. We gave up 2 games. Like I said, we lost to the Punishers. They had the ball last, and we gave up a crucial touchdown a couple of weeks ago against another Illinois team, the Thundercats. But come out, you won't be disappointed. It's gonna be a lot of talking, a lot of hard hitting, helmets flying, touchdown scoring, celebration dances. Man, we prepared, man. We prepared 2 different colors, black and gold to your black and silver and white. Man, it's gonna be a nice turnout. The first game was just a regular season game, and we packed the house. This the game that really count right now. Second round in the playoffs, the winner moves to the championship. We're not giving nothing up.
All right, and I will see you there on Sunday, and have a good game there.
Appreciate it, Alan. This is Marcel Pfeiffer from the Muscatine Riverhawks, number 1.
You can't sit here.
Don't add her to the chain.
It was just a joke. We're not friends.
Why are you talking to me?
He started it.
She's so gross.
Lame. Loser.
Weirdo.
I've said and done things before that I'm not proud of.
Just as I've been hurt by others.
The thing is, this is not who I am. And it's definitely not who I want to be.
I don't want to be cruel. I don't want to spread gossip.
I don't want to be a body shamer. I don't want to exclude anyone.
I don't want to make anyone feel lonely,
left out, hurt.
We have the power to be more.
We can create a kinder world.
It's not that hard.
We just need to stop.
take a moment, and consider others before we speak.
And before we act.
Be more.
Be more.
Be more.